Welcome back to my channel, Butterfly Spirit 314. So today, guys, I was reading the Magic and Power of Lavender book that I have. And after I got through reading today, I thought that I would share something like a takeaway that I got from the reading that I did today. So today I learned about how lavender was harvested in the past by women, and then after that it became machinized. I learned about how lavender was used in Japan, where in Hokkaido in particular, where lavender is used for its flower. So the flowers are dried, and then the flowers are hung up, and when they're hung up to dry, then they have this very beautiful purple color. And in Japan, Hokkaido in particular, the flowers are loved for the beautiful purple colors that they have. They're not used for any type of essential oil production or anything, and they try to keep it very natural with lavender. And I learned some other things about lavender as well, about like where lavender grows around the world and how it's at a specific elevation. I think it's about let me see. Hang on here. Trying to open the book again. Okay, so I don't want to take a long time, but I believe lavender grows at 45 degrees to, I believe it said 50 degrees. 50 degrees on the equator. And I found it pretty interesting how lavender grows within that particular amount of degrees, from the 45 to 50, or it can go like to 52 degrees on the equator, which I find to be pretty cool. One thing that I really want to talk about in this video, just to kind of keep it brief, is that I'm learning about lavender from the book I showed you before, and I didn't know that there was really a science to lavender and like where it was grown, and it had a history and everything. When I go to a metaphysical store where they have like oils and crystals and other types of things, when I go there and I see like a lavender oil, I never thought it had the history that it really had, and it's really shocking and amazing and sad at the same time. And one thing I just want to say to you guys is that lavender is a precious plant. It should be treated as such. It should be cherished. It's not just a plant to be cultivated and just for money. I think people really need to respect lavender and really, use it sparingly, and this is a view that I'm getting from my introduction to herbalism class. And I can start to see, based off my reading about lavender, about how a lot of essential plants, medicinal plants that we use for essential oils, are being used up without very little care at all. I am surprised about how, medicinal plants are used for essential oils, and I think it's beautiful that these plants have medicinal properties and that they can produce oils that can help people and things. But what I think people need to do is cherish these medicinal plants. Cherish them. Don't just, use them for profit. I think there needs to be a lot more education about these medicinal plants and essential oils, and how these sources of these plants are drying up. It's pretty rare to get an actual wild variety of essential oil from a wild lavender plant. A lot of it comes from hybrids, and I think people need to know that, you know, it's not just an expendable resource. You know, we can't just take these plants and use them for profit and never mind the history of it, never mind, you know, how much the plant has changed, never mind how much is being consumed to the point of extinction. I think people really need to know that. And I'm not trying to be negative about it and say, oh, people shouldn't use them, but I think people need to use these medicinal plants sparingly and, you know, replant the plants. You know, use the seeds from the plants that you cultivate to plant more plants, you know, so that we have more wild and thriving medicinal plants in our environments. You know, I think that will be beautiful, but I think also people being educated about medicinal plants and using them sparingly and treating them well and cherishing them is where we need to go. But that's what I think so far today about lavender and other essential other plants that are used for essential oils, and even plants just for medicinal use as well. So I just think we need to take care of our medicinal plants that provide us great benefits and just really cherish them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you. Feel free to comment below and see you in my next video.